This is the Freeheel Life Podcast, episode number 187. I'm your host, Josh Madsen, coming at you from the Freeheel Life shop in Salt Lake City, Utah. Welcome back. It's Monday morning, everybody, in Telemark land, and hopefully you got some of this new snow coming at you. I know we did. It was nice to see some snow in front of the shop finally. That always gets people super stoked. I was talking to my buddy Keith Opperman out in the Midwest. I know it was like grass for the last little bit. It's always good to finally hear everybody psyched. I'm getting text messages and starting to hear that people can actually ski some non-man-made snow, which is always good. Powder's always good for the people. Well, I haven't been back for a couple. I took holidays, obviously. I kind of took the holidays off and wasn't really keen on doing any episodes. So I apologize for not being there for you. I'm sure you found something else nice to listen to. Hopefully sat quietly and read a nice book and enjoyed the holidays with your families. And today's going to be a little bit shorter too, but I've got a great lineup of guests. This year was a little, not that there's a lack of people to talk to out there. I think just getting guests lined up was a little bit trickier. Had some other stuff on the plate, and I'm looking forward to the next couple weeks. I've got Ski Mountaineer, Telemark Ski Mountaineer guide that I'm going to be talking to. I've got a good buddy in the retail space that I'm going to be talking to as well. Somebody from the Powder Whores. I got that one coming up too. So I've got some good guests. You guys can look forward to not having to listen to my mean mug talking by myself every week. Although I think we've had some good ones. At least I've enjoyed it, which is why I do this. So hopefully you've enjoyed the conversation, got the wheels turning, kept you informed and whatnot. Today, I'm going to talk all about World Telemark Day. So if you're on the social media for Freeheel Life, and I posted stuff last night, I've got the press release up. I've got the new logo up with all the media assets, kind of the logo, types of logos that you can download, all on Freeheel Life under the community tab. You can go to World Telemark Day, read all about it, and utilize it. But I want to talk a little bit about that as well today, and just kind of give some guidance about World Telemark Day for those of you that have been around for a long time, and also for those of you that may be new to my content and not totally sure what's going on when we're talking about World Telemark Day. And hopefully you want to get involved, because that's what it's all about. So first off, this is the 10th annual World Telemark Day. And just a quick history about this. You know, I've always really cared about events, trying to build community, trying to build local scenes. And, you know, a lot of the way I've done business over the years is derived from what I was doing. You know, early on, I was an athlete. I was traveling a lot. So that way I got to meet a lot of people. Then I was moving into making movies. Then I was making magazines and movies. All to say, I was traveling around a lot, and I was always meeting little groups of people. You know, so when people started saying Telemark's dead, that was the furthest thing from my mind. You know, I was like, that narrative doesn't even make sense, because there's all these pods of people all over the country, all over the world that love telemark skiing. And a lot of these areas had cool events going on. Some are still in existence, others are not. But I realized that, you know, having done events past a decade back and been involved with events, one of the things I always talk about is how difficult it is. And so I wanted to come up with a way, about 10 years ago, I wanted to come up with a way for folks to be able to gather their local friends or local telemark communities, or maybe telemark skiers at their local hill or backcountry spot that they don't know, but have a reason just to go celebrate telemark skiing. And I came up with this idea for World Telemark Day. You know, back then too, it's 2024 now. So I think around 2012, Instagram started, if I remember right, somewhere around then. I was making movies. I had started the Spread Telemark hashtag, which is # Spread Telemark for all you old folks out there. But I had started the Spread Telemark hashtag, and it had kind of picked up some traction, and I was seeing and meeting more people all over the world that were telemark skiing and finding out about new events I didn't know about. And it was kind of this interesting switch of sort of like the analog getting to know people, and this little hashtag thing on social media was allowing me to see a lot more people. So seeing the success with Spread Telemark on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot, I thought, hey, I wonder if we can sort of use that traction on that hashtag to create a day where everyone has an excuse to go telemark skiing and make it a holiday. And so I kind of was researching how do you make a holiday, right? Like it was kind of strange because I'm like, how do you just come up with something and say, hey, it's World Telemark Day, everybody, and then have everybody buy into it. But I knew if we kind of use the spread telemark thing as sort of a catalyst, I would be able to at least put it out there and tell everybody like, hey, this is going to be World Telemark Day. Let's go celebrate. Let's make a logo. I came up with a press release. And, that was my background in marketing with movies and, sending press releases out to local media. And then before I opened Freeheel Life in the retail space in Salt Lake, I had just come from being director of sales and marketing at a ski resort. So anyways, all of that to say, I kind of came up with this idea. World Telemark Day, it's going to be the first Saturday in March every year. And I'm going to use these channels that have a little traction on social media to get it going. And here we are, 10 years later, World Telemark Day, 10th annual World Telemark Day. And I couldn't be more stoked because it's a way for everyone to get involved. So if you go to the community tab on freeheellife.com, you'll be able to check out the World Telemark Day page that I made. I've got a press release right on there. I've got the logo there. And then there's media assets that you can go to a Google Drive folder and download a high-res PDF. And there's also like a PNG and a JPEG. So you can use it. So let me give you the whole breakdown about what it means to participate in World Telemark Day. It's easy. The way this was set up is me knowing from these past experiences, sometimes there's one telemarketer at the hill. And sometimes there's 100 telemarketers at the hill, but you might not know everybody. So World Telemark Day is set up for you to go telemark and celebrate, whether it's by yourself if you're a loner type, or you want to get a group together and do that, build community. And then even taking it to the next level, obviously having been a marketing guy myself at a resort, I know that I was always looking for events to sort of latch onto and hop in and be able to say, hey, here's something going on that we can piggyback on and we can make it our own at the resort. It's always the same year. It's a calendar item. So that's kind of the next level is individuals, or I've got a group of marketing people at resorts that every year we talk, they get the logo, they're able to put it out. I've seen everything from doing a ticket deal, maybe at like a mom and pop style resort where they can cut a little margin and give the telemark skiers a deal. Maybe if you show up with your gear or whatnot, maybe you can sort of put a little event together with them, or more of a formal gathering. But it can be as simple as, hey, it's all of my buddies. We're going telemark skiing, and afterwards we're going to meet at the truck, have some brews, and chill out. Okay. So if you're new to this, I'll speak to you real quick. This is for you. Even if you don't telemark that great, maybe if you don't even telemark, this is a day for you to go out and try telemark skiing. Okay. And that's what it's all about. If you're someone who is a telemark skier and you've celebrated World Telemark Day a bunch, then this is for you as well. It's literally for everyone to participate. It's meant for the people. It's something I started, but it's not necessarily like a Freeheel Life event. It's an international holiday. And I'd say at the 10-year mark, we can call it an actual holiday at this point because it lasted a decade. So for all of you that bid on it early on social media and participated, and put a photo up saying, hey, I'm celebrating World Telemark Day. Many, many thanks. And it's cool to see this going. And I hope it will go for many, many years to come. Kind of going back to what you're going to find on the website is you're going to be able to find sort of not only a little press release snippet, you're also going to be able to find a couple ways to participate within that press release. And then also sort of that stuff I mentioned, hey, you're looking to take it to the next level, then it's got a couple sort of bullet points for that as well. Just a little bit of guidance, And then I'll be posting some past logos and some fun stuff on the YouTube channel on the Instagram page and whatnot, just to get everybody fired up. Now that we've talked about how to organize it, first Saturday in March 2nd this year, 2024, is World Telemark Day. And if you start putting, hey, I've got a meetup spot at my local hill. I talked about this on the YouTube live stream to everybody last week. If you've got like a meetup spot, hey, 9 a.m., a couple of us are going to meet up at the bottom of X Lift. I think I call it Bob's Lift on the live stream or whatever, but you get it. Just pick a spot. Hey, we're going to meet here. We're going to go take a couple runs. Email me, podcast@freeheellife.com once you have a meetup, and let me know where and when. And I will announce it every single week as I get those to get people ready to go. And maybe we can come up with a little list on that World Telemark Day page or something along those lines to help people find it. But I know I got a couple of emails from people from back east. I think there was one from Maine already, and then Berkshire East, I think. And I think I want to say maybe that's Mass. I always forget. It always throws me off, but I can't remember all the resorts, so my bad. Anyways, as I get the list, I want to hit them off on the podcast in the newsroom and notes section at the beginning, so hey, I might be in an area and there's this meetup that's happening, and I'm going to go to it, and then you can bring a friend and whatnot. Like I said before, there's a lot of people. This is a great day, especially in March. out here in Utah, this is like one of the biggest snow months of the year. We got hammered with snow last World Telemark Day on the 9th annual, but it's a great day to share with your friends and say, hey, here's World Telemark Day. What a perfect day for you to start telemark skiing. Start putting that gear together that you can loan to your friends and family and say, hey, let's go try a couple runs, and they can be a part of it. One other thing I was going to mention too is it's a great time to do like a group run together, like late in the day. That's something we tend to do at our little gathering here in Utah, is we'll kind of get everybody together and do a big group shred. So there's a lot of fun stuff to be done. Now, the high-res logo that you can find in the media assets in that Google Drive, if I put a PDF in there, I was trying to put an Illustrator or vector file, like an Illustrator file in there as well. The PDF should work, but either way, if you need to, email podcast@freeheellife.com as well. If for some reason something's not working, you need additional information, but especially with the logo, is if you feel free to make your own merchandise, you want to print it on a couple t-shirts, whatever. This logo is for you, okay? I had it made, but it's for everybody out there. Some years I've done sort of like official merchandise, and a lot of years I don't get around to it. Use the logo for whatever you want. If it's a flyer, if you're going to do merchandise, could you sell it yourself? Yeah, I guess so. If there's like no purpose, that's not really the point of this. But let's say you've got a nonprofit you want to raise some money for. You want to raise money to get stuff for a kids program, like some boots and bindings, whatever. Try to use it for a good cause, because that's what this is all about. Obviously, I can't go out there and police the whole thing and figure out who downloaded what, and you're selling, t-shirts and whatnot. If someone is like printing t-shirts just to make money for themselves, I would suggest don't buy them from them unless you can vet where the money's going. But, if it's a local gathering and you want to make something for your gathering, feel free to use it. That's what it's all about. And it's what it's always been about every year, is having that logo, and the press release is sort of a media combination that you can use to make something successful in your area. And that's what it's all about. So I'm super excited to celebrate here in Utah. I'm going to have more details about what I'm doing with Freeheel Life and where we're going to do stuff later on, and I'll announce that along with all of your meetups as well, and super looking forward to that. And I'll keep talking about it as time goes by. But basically, as this podcast is coming out, we got about 2 months, and time to get after it. If you're a marketing person, same thing, podcast@freeheellife.com is the best email, and hit me up, World Telemark Day in the subject, and let's help you get it going. It literally takes not a lot of time, and you get a cool event, and it's something you can put on the calendar for next year, knowing exactly the day. first Saturday in March. So that's all I've got for you today. I just wanted to let you know the press release is up, the logo's up, a little background on World Telemark Day and what it's all about. And I hope you will consider celebrating the greatest turn on snow with me and everyone else in the world that can get on a pair of skis that day and either try to drop a knee or drop a knee wherever you're at in the process of Telemark. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And like I said, we're going to start picking it back up now that we're in the new year, 2024. Here we come. I got lots of great guests and great topics to talk about, and I'm looking forward to it. If you're listening or watching this on YouTube, consider subscribing to the channel on there and also becoming a member. We've got some great membership stuff, green, blue, and black level memberships on there. Would love to have you there and do videos from history to instruction and get all that stuff going. So another great week is upon us. Go forth and telemark ski, and I hope to see you next Monday with another episode. Until then, spread telemark always, my telemark brothers and sisters. See you later.